Martin Popoff from the Contrarians here, back with a solo review, a solo rant, essentially. Led Zeppelin live EP. So this thing just came out. It's more or less to correspond with. It's a little late, but correspond with the 50th anniversary of the greatest album of all time, as I say sometimes. Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti, the double album, right? So this corresponds with that, and it lines up nicely because these songs are all Physical Graffiti songs. But man, so I have a major misgiving with this thing to talk about first. So I just recently interviewed Billy Idol for Goldmine, and one of the funny things he said to me was, "Oh yeah, this has happened. We're working on the movie, blah blah blah, all sorts of stuff." He goes, "Well, I just recently put out a couple of EPs, and then I realized nobody gives a damn about EPs, and you have to do the same amount of press for them, and nobody cares." And that is the absolute truth. I hate EPs, and what I really dislike about this Led Zeppelin live EP. That's exactly what it's called, live EP, no dots. Is that it's a terrible, terrible title. It sells it short by calling it an EP. It's just a bad title all around. Live EP. And then the other thing that happens here is that side one of this thing is 20 minutes, 20 and a half minutes. Side two of it is 14 and a half minutes roughly. So it's essentially an LP. But with 4 songs, yeah, you are really stretching it, calling it an LP. But all they had to do was find one more song to put on side two and bring that up to 20 minutes. And this becomes a very important release. It becomes an album. So that's the terrible part about this thing. Moving on to the good stuff here. So it is great hearing this and having this. Now, this material has occurred, has come out already on the Led Zeppelin DVD with actual video footage. So this is the audio from that. So it's not much of a release. There's not much in terms of liner notes. As the great Dave Lewis said in his review of it, it's kind of weird seeing a harmonica credit given to Robert Plant and a mandolin credit given to John Paul Jones when there's none of that on here. And yeah, not much in terms of crediting. But what do we get on this thing? So side one, the first 2 tracks are all from Earl's Court, 1975, May 25th. Essentially, as Dave says as well, there may be a little bit of touch ups or whatever, or bringing something in from the other date. But what do we get here? So we get In My Time of Dying. Now, what I've always said about this song is I pretty much consider this my favorite Led Zeppelin song of all time. I usually put this up there. Carousel Alhambra is pretty high, but also, I could pick other tracks from Physical Graffiti, and I also love Celebration Day. So In My Time of Dying is a great song. It's a big epic song. And you think, Led Zeppelin, they can run hot, they can run cold. The nice thing that we get with this is Jimmy, was right on his game of realizing like what is a great Led Zeppelin performance. And this is a great Led Zeppelin performance, but is it absolutely rising to the level of godly or mythic? No, I wouldn't say so. But it's a hard song to do live. It's got a lot of parts. It's got a lot of open spaces, pregnant pauses. It is essentially a power trio having to play this big long song. It's 11 minutes 24 seconds here. And what do we get here? We get an absolutely efficient, well recorded, behaved, well played version of this song. On this song, and we're going to get to this later, but on this song, John Paul Jones is even John Bonham is actually playing fairly conservative on this song. So they just turn in an efficient, well done version of this. No screw ups. They don't fall apart. It's just really good. And the sound quality on here is really, really vibrant as well. The guitars are just like cutting through like a buzz saw. There's that great legendary ploip to John Bonham's bass drum sound. The snare sounds fantastic. So this is really good. But it's also got that rawness and that excitement that you would expect from a live recording going back to 1975. Now, the second track, Trampled Underfoot, I've always loved this version of this song. It is absolutely incredible. It starts fast and then I should have timed it, but about 30 seconds in or something like that, it gets faster, and then it stays at that even faster fast speed throughout this whole thing. So that is incredible about this song. And what we get here is we get a little bit of Jimmy playing the riff, John Paul Jones playing the riff, kind of thing. Well, I suppose not. I mean, it's different from the studio version in that respect. But what you get very cool about this is that it becomes a heavier song because it is more guitar based. And then in the back, my God, John Bonham's performance on here is just absolutely. There's. Oh, no, I'm going to save that for Sick Again when we get to the next song. But you get you really understand why he is considered one of the greatest drummers of all time. There is just such a joy of life on this, and just such a swooping dynamic, such a confidence in the non-obvious places he's going to put those bass drum and cymbal drops. I'm surprised he doesn't screw up the band even more. It's throughout, it's just a showcase of from him on this song, and I love this fast speed of it. Okay, so moving over to side two, you eventually notice the sound quality difference because we are now up to Knebworth 1979. And you are getting a very filled in sound here. It's a better sound. But I would say it's a little more stately and sober compared to kind of the firecracker sound that you get on side one. And Sick Again. So you get a nice efficient version of Sick Again here at 517. And what you get also is you get maybe 40% of the production values that you would get, the kinds of choices that you would get in terms of tones and the mix of the tones that you get on In Through the Outdoor, which is kind of neat. So it sounds nothing like Physical Graffiti, which frankly, it's one of these albums where I've never been a massive fan of the production values on almost every Led Zeppelin album, and on that record it is pretty mid-rangey and anemic, although still once you're immersed in it, it's almost like being immersed in a bootleg where you forget any kind of complaints you have with the tones, because you're now just immersed in the experience and you're just enjoying that record. And it's incredible songs throughout, and 4 albums, just no misses. 4 albums, 4 sides, no misses anywhere on that record. So like I say, I think what we're hearing here is like 40% of the In Through the Outdoor kind of melange of good muscular, the frequencies bleeding into each other version of Sick Again versus the anemic, mid-rangey, kind of fragile and weaker version that you get, almost a more decadent version that you get on Physical Graffiti. So it sounds amazing. And again, on here, total John Bonham showcase. And there's parts of this song where I'm listening to and I'm thinking his nickname Bonzo. I mean, this drum performance sounds bonzo, essentially. It sounds like that word bonzo. Okay, and then we move into Kashmir. And on Kashmir, we're kind of getting what we get with In My Time of Dying, but now again in this completely rewired Led Zeppelin. We've been through a lot of living, a lot of life. We've been through Presence. We've been through the live album. We've been through Robert's tragedies. We've been through his injury. So they've seen a lot of living, and they're kind of a different band. They just seem like a more introspective, kind of conservative. If they were an arena rocking band before, or maybe they started as a theater rock band, and then they became an arena rock band, and then became a stadium rock band. This has a very stadium rock feel, so it's an interesting juxtaposition against In My Time of Dying as the opening track. So what I'm trying to say here is you get again, just like Sick Again, you get this full band, full-bodied version of Kashmir, but at 9:02 you also get the guys soberly delivering the goods, are doing this super long and hard song to do. And, and this feels a little bit like a song where, we've heard Neil Peart say it. We've heard Bill Ward say it about how hard it is to play slower songs kind of thing. Right. So Yeah, I think you get the phase shifter sound in here as well, but you just get lots of bass and mid range and power out of the guitars. You know what I'm almost feeling here with this thing is I almost feel that all the positive things that we say about a Jimmy Page production come full blossom on this thing. So everything you like about Jimmy Page and everything you kind of rationalized about Jimmy Page productions, they can be screechy, they can be noisy, they can be mid-rangey. Here you get the versions of that are just pure excitement, and I think it's excitement on both the 1975 and the 1979 material. So yeah, I absolutely believe that you're just happy that they delivered this challenging song start to finish. Nothing on here ever feels long. And like I say, I'm just so crestfallen that they couldn't have found one more track to make this an even more important release. And it's just like this killer, amazing single live album. We'd be calling it the greatest live album Led Zeppelin ever did. But alas, it's called Live EP, and it is an EP, and it's going to be, like Billy Idol says, it's going to be much more forgotten and less legitimized simply because they're calling it an EP. And damn it, at 35 minutes, it's not really an EP anyways, but they called it that. I wish they could have just called it live, right, and left it up to us to consider whether it's an EP or not. So, anyways, highly recommended. The cover art is really nice. It goes along with physical graffiti as well, so that's cool. So there's that nice tie in there. So there you go. Let us know in the comments what you think of Live EP by Led Zeppelin. Check out our other shows. I haven't done much lately. I'm coming back, doing more. I've been through tariff hell for the last little while. Closed down my site for my books, opened it up again, but only partially open, which means the books I'm selling right now that you could just hit the PayPal button on are the brand new Iron Maiden, the brand new Dio, the redone Merciful Fate, the Max Webster. I've got both Sabbaths up there, both UFOs up there. I think that's it. Maybe Sweet. I think that's it. So yeah, been busy on a lot of things, and the tariff thing has caused some issues with shipping. But there you go. Check out Grant's channel as well, Grant's Rock Warehouse, and check out my audio podcast, History in 5 Songs with Martin Popoff. But until then, go listen to some Led Zeppelin live EP.